Mission Thrive Summer is a work, learn, and earn program for high schools, Baltimore City high school students. These young people are also enrolled in the city's Youth Works program, which is a summer employment program that's sponsored through the city. And so we get the opportunity to engage young people throughout Baltimore, and for most of them, their first job. Mission Thrive Summer is an opportunity for these young people to be exposed to a lot of different areas of integrative health. So taking place on an urban farm directly in the city, of course they get experience in agriculture and urban farming, but they also get nutrition education. They're cooking lunch for themselves every day, so they get culinary practice. They also are learning about mindfulness and healthy decision making and how to regulate stress. Regulate and manage stress, and they're also getting job skills. Like I said, it's their first job, so for a lot of them, we want to be able to give them tools that they can take on to be awesome human beings later in life. A really big part of the program is giving them the opportunity to use these things that they've learned, not only practically, but to share this education with others. So we've built in outreach opportunities for them to actually become the educators in their community. So at the end of the summer, they're hosting a health fair, they have a final cooking battle, and then the week before the last week of the program, they actually do a family feast night where they get to cook 3 courses rather, for their family and friends. We really want to build and cultivate advocates for health and wellness, and so we really had to think about how we could do that and give these young people an opportunity to continue to stay in this conversation. 5 weeks isn't a long time, so we had to think about how we could re-engage them after this program is over. So that looks like a couple of things. We've built a peer crew leader role in, where students can return and have a more leadership role with more responsibility and greater expectation from the staff. And we've also connected with other organizations around the city to give these young people different opportunities within the food system to stay a part of this conversation. So for example, 3 of our young people are actually working with the Baltimore Farmers Market on a monthly cooking demonstration with a professional chef. So they still get to talk about food and be around in this food system, even outside and after Mission Thrive Summer. The Institute for Integrative Health is a research-based organization. We work closely with the Center for Integrative Medicine at the University of Maryland for our community-based data collection. And so with the Mission Thrive Summer program, we had a whole data collection evaluation protocol in the first 2 years, so in 2013 and 14. And since we have been collecting data, but we use that data to kind of talk about the impact of this program on the students. So we're looking at things like stress management, we're looking at attitudes and behaviors around cooking, around eating, around being open to new ideas. We're looking at physical activity, all to see what kind of impact this kind of integrative program could have on these young people. And naturally, when you're engaged and immersed in this kind of work, things start to shift. So we have seen an increase in stress management, looking at the perceived stress scale. There was an automatic increase in physical activity because there's a lot going on in this program. We see a shift in changes, we see a shift in attitudes and behaviors around cooking, just being open to cooking, being more familiar with the techniques, and even the dietary habits. So we see a shift in things like whole grain intake and lean protein in those students, and just a willingness to try new vegetables and fruits. And I think that's a big thing, an openness and a fluidity that may not have been there before, whether it's through food or new experiences like canoeing. So Mission Thrive Summer is just kind of one of our programs in our programming suite. The umbrella is just a Mission Thrive suite in general. And so at the Institute, our community programs are about creating these program models that exist, putting them in place in communities and spaces around Baltimore City, validating them, so working with academic institutions to look at efficacy through evaluation and research measures, and then disseminating them. So we want to see these programs replicated, whether it's at other urban garden spaces, whether it's at green spaces, whether it's throughout Baltimore, Maryland, or even beyond throughout the country. So the goal is to see these kinds of programs pop up all over the country.